Okay guys, welcome back. Welcome back to Let's Play Broken Sword, the Sleeping Dragon, with me of course, Classic Gamer, where we're continuing on and we're going to finish off this bit and we're actually going to get to the next section of the game, which is going to be one of my favourite parts of this game ever in a Broken Sword game. It's probably the best bit in the game. And we need to operate, over here there's a panel. No, I wanted to examine the panel, George, not press it again.
It was a touch-sensitive panel. Hey, Nico, will you operate this panel a moment?
Sure, George. I'd be delighted to.
Right, now that Nico's doing that, we can actually go back through here, redirect the light again.
Operating the device reversed the direction of the energy flow.
Right, she's trapped there for a minute, but that's alright. It's alright, because we want to just, first of all, I'm just going to examine this door quickly.
There were no visible means to open the door. Above the door was the lightning sign. This was definitely the way to the power site. The signal from the lever only illuminated one side of the lightning symbol. Okay, Nico. Ready? 3, 2, 1, now! You know, on our day, we're pretty damn good, Nico.
Unbeatable, George.
Right, now I have to move the thing again in order to let Nico out. I wonder what would happen if I actually left her. Oh damn, I can't.
I had no reason to try that.
Right, let's quickly go back. I remember when I first did this fucking bit, this actual bit, this first bit of the game, the first bit of this section, actually how long it actually took me, because it actually is not easy.
Operating the device reversed the direction of the energy flow.
If you don't know what you're doing, you're not gonna fucking do well.
Hey, Nico.
I wonder if she'll say anything about this machine back here. Oh, she doesn't follow us, so that's a bit of a bitch.
God, this is getting serious.
We're gonna have to move fast, or this whole place will come down.
I can feel the power, George.
We must be close now.
Through there, you think?
Yep. Nico, I want you to know, if anything happens to me,
Yes.
you can have my Tintin collection.
Thanks, George. I'm so touched.
I think it worked. The plate was still warm. The panel has a slight recess. See the lightning symbol? You know the metal plate I got off Mr. Spiky back there? It had the same symbol. Touching it doesn't work. Sure feels good, though. I think it worked. Ouch! That's hot! Without anything to protect my hand, it was too hot to hold in place for more than a few seconds.
Oh, I swear to God, sometimes George is a real idiot.
The plate was
He
still
allows himself to be hurt, and I think the fact that the developers put that kind of gimmick in, I think it's just hilarious.
Touching it doesn't work. Sure feels good, though. I think it worked. Ouch! That's hot! Without anything to protect my hand, it was too hot to hold in place.
So why would you fucking do that then? Why would you do that?
The plate was still warm. I think it worked. That wasn't such a good idea. The plate seems to fit, but then it just pops out. The plate was still warm.
Oh, come on. I've messed about enough with this. Come on, let's just do it.
I think it worked.
Oh, for God's
It
sake!
seems to fit, but then it just pops out.
Shut up, George. Just fucking
plate was
use
still
it,
warm.
please. Stop fucking arsing around.
I think it worked. Well, I can't hold the plate and get through the door at the same time. Nico?
Yes, George?
Hey, Nico, take this scarf. You can use it to hold the metal plate over that panel.
And what will you do?
I'll go through the door and check it out.
There you go, George. Hurry!
Right, I'm gonna... Can't fucking save the game.
It was amazing. Just like the power site back in Paris.
Alright, George. Come on, let's move to the centre now.
There was a column of energy. And there, again, a stone held in its beam. I wondered if this was also a key like the Omega Stone.
Right, now we can save the game.
What happened?
It was like Paris, but without the bloodshed.
Yeah?
I got another stone. Guess what? It's got a symbol. An alpha.
Right, we can now leave.
Stop right there, Stobbart. And you.
Well, Nico, if it isn't your co-star from that little show in Paris.
Still giving us some performance, I see.
Maybe she's stalking you.
Shut up, both of you. And give me the key.
The key? Oh, I'm terrible with keys. You'll have to remind me. Which key was that again?
Don't play games, Stobbart. I know you've got it. You stole it from the safe.
Oh, the Key of Solomon.
Why didn't you say?
Give it to me.
We'd love to.
But
We don't actually have the key here with us. We left it back home.
So, you haven't got it.
no.
That is a shame. A big shame.
Yep. Real sorry you've had to come all this way for nothing.
Oh, it's not a wasted journey.
Oh, good.
I was going to kill you anyway.
Come on, George. Let's get out of here.
I'll move! Are you serious? What the hell, man? Fuck that!
Come on, George. Let's get out of here.
That was close.
You can say that again. Come on, George. We have to move fast.
Oh, are you kidding? Are you seriously joking with me? That is bollocks!
Come on, George. Let's get out of here.
George, what are you doing? What are you doing, George? Why do you just stand there like a fucking idiot? When I say run, it means... Oh my god, I hate these controls. They are fucking awkward.
Come on, George. Let's get out of here.
That was close.
You can say that again.
I just want to run in that direction. Is that too much to ask? Just run, George.
Come on, George. We have to move fast.
What? I couldn't fucking jump! Oh, I'm starting to get seriously annoyed with this game now. I'm starting to get seriously fucked off. There was no icon to jump. That is bullshit.
We have to move fast.
I don't...
Harry! Let's go!
Where to?
Grand Central. Where the hell do you think?
Just get us out of here.
Anyway, now you're back, George. I'd appreciate a little business advice. I'm thinking of making a career change again. Get out of the taxi like and into something a little more, well, with a...
And the look on your face when the spike shot out.
See what happens when you leave Andre on his own for 5 minutes?
Nico, I'm sorry,
Andre, what happened?
Some guys, they turned the place over.
But why?
They wanted the Key of Solomon. We said we didn't have it.
Oh, you poor thing.
Oh, it's just a couple of scratches, Andre. He'll get over it. But where's Bruno?
They took him.
And you let them?
Now listen here, Georges. I passed out.
Huh. Chickened out, more like.
What's he doing here?
When I came round, he was just here. He's been on the phone ever since.
Who is he, anyway?
He's a pig, that's who he is. A cretin. An idiot. A smooth-faced, wooden-headed...
Ah, the cop who locked you up. I have to hand it to him. He must have guts.
And just what does that mean?
So, tell us about the fellas who beat you up, Andre.
One of them was a real gorilla. Flap, I think they called him.
Flap?
Cesaro's men. You've got a nerve.
That is one of the requirements of the job, mademoiselle.
I should kick you out.
If you wish.
2 days you kept me in the cells.
So I'm told.
You mean you didn't know?
I was reassigned to another case.
So why are you here now?
Mademoiselle Collard's file was stolen from my desk. I thought she might be in danger.
So, whoever did this has a contact in the police.
More than one. You remember the red sports car, mademoiselle? All information regarding it has suddenly become classified.
Cesaro has powerful friends then.
Cesaro?
He's, a powerful man.
A recluse.
A cult leader. I wrote an article about him once. He seems to have it in for me.
He certainly has influential contacts. A man answering the description of your Monsieur Ostwald was slipped through customs at the airport just hours ago. Even though he was clearly drugged, officials were told to turn a blind eye.
Where were they headed?
They boarded a flight to Prague.
What on earth would Cesaro be doing in Eastern Europe?
It is clear there is some kind of conspiracy. Not just in my department, but across the whole force. Perhaps the whole country. If Mademoiselle will permit, I would like to offer my assistance. That is very kind of you, Inspector. No, it is not kindness. It is my duty.
Maybe you can check out your databases for Cesaro. Location, history, stuff like that?
Very well. I shall get onto it right away. Why didn't you tell him what's really going on?
And create more suspicion for ourselves? I don't think so.
This way, he thinks he's helping. What now?
What if it's those thugs?
I don't think they'd knock, Andre.
Beatrice!
Bonjour, mademoiselle. I hope you don't mind. I got your address. I need to talk.
Of course. Come in.
Who's this gorgeous creature, Georges?
Who dug her up, you mean?
What?
Oh, nothing. You've never met her?
Never had the pleasure.
Let me introduce you. This is Georges, and this is Andre.
Very pleased to meet you.
Hi.
George is American.
Wow! Roswell, Kennedy, the moon landings?
You got it. 3 of our greatest hits.
This is Beatrice. She's Vernon's, she was a friend of Vernon.
Have you any more news? Do you know who?
He was killed by a woman called Petra. She was working for some kind of secret group.
White supremacist, huh?
Worse, megalomaniacs.
They sound scary.
There's just one, really. A man called Cesaro. He controls a group that used to be known as the Neo-Templars.
Vernon used to talk about the Templars. Who were they?
They were founded in the Holy Land over 800 years ago, set up to protect Christian pilgrims from the Muslim armies. They grew in wealth and numbers to the point where even kings came to them for loans. But at the height of their power, they fell foul of the King of France. He rounded them up and turned them over to the Inquisition. The last Grand Master was burned alive in 1314.
But you think they're still out there?
Different groups, yes.
And they killed my little Snooky.
They did?
We don't know it was the Templars who did this.
They might try and kill us all.
They attacked me. Look, you can see.
You poor man. But you fought them off. You are alive. You must be so brave.
Foolhardy, perhaps.
How about just plain fool?
You're right, Beatrice. We're no longer safe here.
I've moved into Vernon's old flat. You could stay with me.
Sounds like a good plan.
Hold on. We need to do something about Bruno.
How? All we know is that he was taken to Prague.
Then we should find out where in Prague he's been taken.
And just how do we do that?
Remember the office back in the theater?
The one with the trigger-happy goon?
There was obviously stuff in there worth defending.
You think there could be a clue?
Worth a try. I'll go. You shift our gear over to Beatrice's place.
I'll help.
And book us some tickets to Prague.
Why should I do that?
You're the one with the money, George. Before we go anywhere, Beatrice, there's a message on the DVD I think you should see.
Move up and stuff over to Beatrice. I'll help! So funny the way he says that.
I was here to get clues. I wasn't going to leave until my job was done.
Well, I'm not going to pause the video, but I am going to save the game.
The cash register was jammed and wasn't going to open. Looking for old francs wasn't going to help. Terrific. Beverage machine of the year 1950. You had to mix it up yourself. Reminded me of drugstores when I was a kid.
I haven't actually looked at these with Nico.
I wasn't going to try the machine. The nozzle looked like it had once been part of a biological weapons program. It was a popcorn display case. I could have easily reached inside, if there had been anything in there worth taking. Just some rat-nibbled popcorn buckets. No way was I going to get some popcorn, so no point in taking a bucket. The door was locked and wouldn't open. The sound equipment was ancient. For some reason, it had been vandalized. The equipment had been trashed. It would never work again.
I think when I used to play this game, this didn't actually look that buffed up, but it looks a lot more clearer on this game for some reason.
The switches and levers were ancient and all broken. It reminded me of old Flash Gordon episodes.
Ha!
It would never work. It had been deliberately damaged.
So there are actually some quite funny things you can actually look at. So I'm going to take the time to actually just examine a few things.
The remnants of George's heroic sandbag lay everywhere. It made me smile. George was not one of God's tidiest creatures.
Okay, so let's have a look round here, shall we? We've got a few things we can look at. I mean, it's not something you need to do, but it's worth doing if you want to.
There was no point messing with the trapdoor. The counterweights for the trapdoor. All those hours in the gym were worth it. I would only need half that weight to get me up onto the stage. The cloth backdrop for the stage. A backdrop depicting an alley. It certainly wasn't a scene in Paris. Paris is too clean. It was a box of theatrical grease paints. I didn't need a stick of grease paint. Besides, my makeup was just fine, understated to perfection.
Yeah, I want to examine this room because you can get some quite funny or some quite interesting sort of things said by Nico.
It was a bust. Probably to hold jewelry for the actors. She reminded me of someone, but I couldn't quite put my finger on it. The drawers had all been pulled out and emptied. Sanded down, that could be worth a bit of money.
Right, before we explore the rest of this room,
the door led down to the lower levels. It wasn't closed last time. I couldn't hear anything. The door was locked. I wondered what they were hiding down below.
okay, so remember that room that we just went into? Well, we actually need to go in there anyway, so if we go in here. Now, there is a way you can get down to the stage, or downstairs.
It was a script for a vaudeville production. Ooh. My God, that's positively disgusting. It was the hole in the floor made by the safe on its way through. George's trail of destruction was easy to follow. As the door was locked, I realized this was my only way down. Here goes! It was the support strut that had held up the safe. The support strut was broken and useless. The door of the broken safe hung open, exposing the empty interior. What had happened to the art of safe cracking? There was nothing left in the safe but rust and dust. A rickety old ladder. Just a light breeze would bring that down.
Yes, it's worth looking at these things, because you get...
These were the old fuses for the electrics. From the state of the fuses, it was a miracle the theater never burned down. The door looked well made.
Yeah, I don't care about the door, I just want you to go through it. Oh, sorry guys, knocking my headset. Well, you're not going to be right. So, yeah, we got... hang on. Is that body still there? No. I don't actually know what these sort of like things on the wall are. Like, these weird like things that are bulging out here.
Nothing special about this door. All was quiet. The briefcase was full of papers. Somebody had been making a quick getaway. What could be so terrifying it had made them just run away? And who was the figure in the cloak? I rifled through the briefcase, but there were just papers to do with the theater. Nothing pointed to Cesaro's dealings in Prague.
It's no use struggling. It just makes it worse.
Take that!
Not again!
This should keep you out of my way. Good job I had the scarf on me. Now, where was I before I was so rudely interrupted?
So he attacks you on the way in. I thought you did it on the way out. Yeah. Flat keeps getting knocked out, so he's a little bit pissed off about that. I don't think there's anything else you can actually look at in this room. I never actually have looked at anything else. No, there's nothing else you can look at. No, nothing at all.
It was some kind of security report for a private residence. Unfortunately, the report didn't include the address. Prague was certainly mentioned, but the actual location could have been anywhere. Tucked into the last pages was a photograph of a large castle. There was a dragon symbol on the back. There couldn't be too many castles like this in Prague. I had found enough to track down Cesaro. Is this the place?
Even spookier than the photo.
Sends a shiver up my spine.
Sure that's not your vampire-slaying genes kicking in?
Sorry, George. You're out of luck.
I hope Bruno's still in there. Now I'm really pissed.
Look on the bright side. We don't have to worry about car chases anymore.
Alright guys, well we're now in Prague, outside Cesaro's castle, and this bit's actually my favourite bit in the whole entire game. So I'm actually going to call this a video guys, and next time we will continue in the next session, which will probably be 1 or 2 videos at least to get through this next bit, and then I'll be on my other favourite part of the game a bit later on, where I'm going to have a bit of fun with an old character that we've seen back in Broken Sword 1. We're going to have a little bit of fun with him, you know, sort of annoy him a little bit, make him go mad, sort of like, it's definitely worth it. It is funny. Honestly, it's quite long-winded, but it's worth it. I love the little gimmicks they put in. I just think it adds to it a little bit. So anyway guys, that's it. I'm going to thank you all again once again for watching, and I'll see you then. Ta-ta for now.